Americans spend 6 billion hours a year preparing their taxes, and that's 6 billion hours of stress. Financial expert Vera Gibbons has the latest information for taxpayers, including filing tips and helpful tools that are available to take that stress out of all our tax preparation. Good morning, Vera.
Hi there, Nikki. Yeah, it's incredible that we spend this amount of time working on our taxes. I mean, it's just a huge, huge amount. So,
no kidding.
Right off the bat, I would say, think of it, do it in bite-sized chunks to alleviate the stress. Do a couple hours a day when you're feeling up to it, when you feel like dealing with your taxes.
Okay.
Have your filing system, have your shoe boxes. Otherwise, it's just going to become overwhelming.
Well, how can we make the process less daunting? I mean, do you have specific tips and ideas for us?
Yeah, well, right off the bat, you don't want to worry about whether your tax documents are safe and secure, right? A lot of us don't back up our files. We forget to do so. Our computer crashes. We lose everything. So you don't want that to happen. This is where an online backup service like Carbonite comes into play. All your files are going to be backed up automatically, saved to one secure location. It starts at just $59 a year for consumers, available for businesses as well. And you can just set it and forget it. It's very easy to set up, and then you're on to something else, like taking all the credits and deductions that you're entitled to. So I would highly suggest you sort of start there if you haven't done so. Whenever we lose our files, we go crazy. I mean, it's really important that you have everything backed up.
No kidding. I mean, and that's great advice for as we get into the process of preparing. But what would you recommend we pull together before we even get to that point?
Oh, yeah, you've got to get all your paperwork together. You should have everything. If you're missing forms, you can go to irs.gov and get the forms that you're missing.
Oh, okay.
On the next front, you want to make sure you're taking, the mortgage interest deduction, education credits, all of the breaks you're entitled to, job hunting expenses. 14 million Americans were unemployed last year, so you want to deduct that. And I would also say it's really important that you protect yourself from identity theft. It's a huge, huge problem.
It's scary.
It's a problem year-round, but it's a particular problem this time of year with all that really important personal information floating around. So you definitely want to have a paper shredder. We've got one from Fellows. This is a 79 CI. It's $239. Has the cross-cut technology. It's 100% jam-proof, which is nice. And it can destroy a single piece of paper into 399 particles, making it virtually impossible for thieves to reconstruct. So, I mean, it's a big problem. We had nearly 2 million cases, or complaints, I should say, pertaining to identity theft. 25% were tax or wage related, so a large percentage.
Well, okay, so touching on that, I have to ask you this, because I know we're told we should save our papers, save all of our receipts for up to 7 years in case, God forbid, we got audited.
Yes.
So is that still something you'd recommend, or is there a way around that insofar as trying to protect ourselves at the same time from identity
That's a good
theft?
question, Nikki. I mean, technically the IRS has 3 years to audit you, but they can audit you after 7 years if they think you underreported your income by 25% or more. So honesty is obviously the best policy. Very few taxpayers actually get audited, although a lot of people are scared of being audited. Only about 1% total of taxpayers get audited.
Oh, wow.
And the best way to protect yourself from that is to, don't underreport your income, take all the credits and deductions you're entitled to, but don't go overboard, because the key is to look like other taxpayers that are in similar income brackets. That's how the IRS looks at you. They benchmark you against other similar taxpayers.
No, that's good advice. I mean, so how would we reduce our tax liability then?
Well, one thing you can do now, you've still got time to do, is you can put more money into your IRA, $5,000 for most of us, $6,000 if you're age 50 or older, and you've got till April 17th to do that. And of course, that's a great way to save for retirement and reduce your tax liability. So there's still time to do that. If you're close to those levels, ratchet it up a bit and get that money in there.
That makes great sense. And I mean, I think all of us hear about these tax breaks, and sometimes we hear about it too late. So where can we go now to find out what tax breaks we'd be entitled to?
I know, it's amazing. Like the Earned Income Tax Credit, 1 in 5 taxpayers who are eligible for this credit actually fail to claim it.
Wow.
Just a phenomenal statistic. So you're leaving several $1,000s on the table. If you want a complete rundown on what credits and deductions are available or what you might be missing, of course there are books out there. J.K. Lasser has guides. irs.gov is an excellent resource as well. But the key is to know, what's out there, what you're eligible for, and take it.
Definitely, yeah. You don't want to do it when it's too late, because then we can all say, why didn't I do that? I could have actually gotten back more money or saved more money on
exactly. And if you neglect doing this the first time around, then you've got to file an amended return, and you're just prolonging the stress and anxiety.
And adding to the 6 billion hours. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
6 billion is enough. It's plenty of time.
That's enough. That's enough. You want to get on just doing more fun things. So I would say, get all this stuff out of the way, get your paperwork together, and then e-file. 99 million taxpayers are e-filing. It's easy, it's convenient, and you get your money back in a matter of days.
Definitely. And one more time, where can all our viewers go for more information?
Well, the online backing service I mentioned, the backup, that's from Carbonite. The shredder you can get at Staples. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook, just like everybody else. I'm sure you are as well.
Yes.
You'll find me.
Fabulous. Vera, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day in New York.
I will.
And we'll be right back.